Thank you for tuning in to the Keeping It Real with KC podcast, a no judgment zone podcast that covers lifestyle, entertainment, news, and sports. Even though KC doesn't watch sports, but these are minor details. By the way, he reads tarot cards too. Yes, I really mean it. He reads tarot cards too. And now, the host you've tuned in for, KC Phoenix.
Welcome to the Keeping It Real with KC podcast. I, of course, am your host, KC Phoenix, and I'm sitting here preparing to lay out the cards now for the New Year's Eve weekend reading. I have to go into a few things. But before I do that, before I go any further, kirwkc.com, main podcasting platform. This podcast is carried on Apple, Spotify, Google, iHeartRadio, Pandora, Overcast, Bullhorn, Amazon Music, Audible, and several other podcasting platforms. Please feel free to listen to this podcast on whatever platform is most convenient for you. KIRWKC on all the social media platforms. All right. So let me give you the background as I'm taking out the cards here. Yesterday, which was Tuesday, December the 28th, I was looking to do this reading. My intuition was saying, no, do it later and do it at the table. Because usually, for the most part, I do these readings when I can at this table because it's more comfortable here, and I guess the energy is somewhat better as well. You know, if I'm doing the quick 3 tarot, I'll do that over on my desk, on my computer desk, but usually like readings like this, I prefer to do them at this table because I just feel the energy is better. And I was like, well, no, I'll just go ahead and I'll do the New Year's weekend reading at my desk. And I'll just get it done so I can get it up so my listeners can listen to the episode. And something kept on telling me, don't do it. Something kept on saying that. And I did not listen. And sure enough, as I'm 20 minutes into the reading, the maintenance people, why they were cutting grass at 7-something in the morning, I have no idea. They had cut grass the day before. But for whatever reason, I guess they didn't finish the day before and they felt the need to cut grass yet again. You know, so whatever. Let's be glass half full. At least we have maintenance people that cut grass and pick up trash, which I feel so bad for them sometimes. Because some people around here, they just litter for no reason at all. Like it's on the LA level. You would think that in Texas it wouldn't be as bad, but it's just like, dude, really? And I feel like some people around here just litter because they know the maintenance crew will clean it up. Is what they do. It's just crazy. But that's another episode for another day. So anyways, I started doing the reading. And after that happened, I was like, well, looks like I'm going to start again from scratch. But the good news is that I got some good energy and good info from the reading that I did. That's why I titled the reading, if you can read, you can't read it because the lighting, it has it too bright. But the title of this, you don't have to get ready if you stay ready. That's the energy that I picked up when I was working on everything. Also, the energy that I picked up is that something for some of you, again, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. This is for the collective. It's not for a specific sign. If it's not your story, don't try to make it fit. Some of you, you're going to have a go at like a second chance at something where you were passed over possibly, and now somebody sees what you're worth. And it could be on the job where you're employed somewhere and let's say that someone received a promotion or other people, like it seemed like everyone besides you everyone was receiving promotions besides you. You were the one who was always overlooked. And now, going into this energy, they're starting to recognize your skills, that you actually have skills and stuff. So don't be surprised if that happens too. As for the decks that I'm using the Self-Love Oracle deck. I know it's kind of hard with this lighting. I'm holding it up here. But the Self-Love Oracle deck, I'm using that. And I'm using the Korean Tarot card deck is what I'm using. And it's new. I have my book to help me as well, but I love this deck. This deck is so cool. I've owned this deck for a month. This is I can't say the first time using it because yesterday was the first time. But yet this is the first recorded reading that I'm using it for. So yeah, the Korean deck, which is really, really cool. And then for clarification, I'm using the traditional Rider Tarot deck. So yeah. All right. So that's what I want to do. I just want to go ahead and get that done. So let me go ahead and take some oracle cards right quick. But like I said before, there's going to be a second chance. Also maybe a relationship too, where someone didn't see your value before and now they've had time to think about things and now it's marinating. Like, wow, maybe I did have a good one. So that may be going on too. Also could be family, could be anything. But there is something for second chance. In addition to that, another message that I have to give to you is that you will be gathering information. Like, information is key going into this transition of 2022. I've already done the 2022 readings. If you want to listen to the 2022 reading for the collective or for your sign, you'll have to scroll back through all of the episodes on the podcast. For those who don't want to scroll through all the episodes on the podcast, you can go to the YouTube channel, kirwkc.com. Well, not .com. kirwkc on YouTube. And if you go to the channel, then you will see the playlist, and there's a 2022 playlist. Click on that playlist and it'll have all of the 2020. It's the audio. It's not video. It's audio. But it'll have all of the 2022 audio recordings on YouTube for every sign. Now, I'm pretty sure I put it up for the collective as well. If I didn't, then I may go ahead and do that sometime this week, I think. So we'll see. I have to figure out what file I stored it in, because I don't know if I did it in the November file or the October file. So I have to look at it. But yeah, that's where we're at on this. But going into 2022, the energy that I picked up for this New Year's weekend is that the thing that will be crucial for this year is information. Information will be crucial. You have to be open to more information. You have to be open to searching for information, because some of you have these goals set up, and actually with the second chance, where you missed out on something before, now it's about to be offered to you again that you missed out on. But in order to get it, you will need certain information to get that, whatever that thing is. So, and you may have all of this, and I'll give you an example. Like, let's say that your goal is to lose weight. And okay, American Express just sent me something. I'm like, look, because emails are popping up on my phone as I'm doing this. So I'm looking sideways. Anyways, as I was saying, let's say you have a goal. As a matter of fact, let's say you have a goal to pay off your credit card bill. Let's say that's your goal, to pay off all your credit card bills in 2022. Okay, that's a nice goal. What are you going to do it? That's the thing. Oh, okay, you want to get another job. Okay, well, You need information for that. You need to search. You need to find out who's hiring. You need to find out what the salary is. Is the salary worth your time? Not all jobs are good jobs. Not everything that glitters is gold. So you need to make sure it's worth your time, that you're investing your energy wisely. In order to do that, you have to do research. You have to gather information. Let's say that you want to lose weight and you don't know anything about fitness. Okay, well, you got to start gathering information about fitness. You can't just show up at the gym. If you want to go to the gym, some people aren't even going to gyms now. And you're saying you want to lose weight, you have to do some research. You have to get on the internet, whether it's Google, whether it's DuckDuckGo, whether it's Yahoo, whether it's Bing, whatever search engines there are, you have to gather information. Maybe you need to speak to someone who specializes in whatever you're looking to do. Let's say someone who specializes in nutrition that says, okay, this is what we recommend you go on. There may be things that you need to know about your body before you pursue weight loss or weight gain. Some people want to gain weight. I want to gain weight because I have a high metabolism. So it's very difficult for me to gain weight, even though I'm thankful for my metabolism, knock on wood, that I keep it as I get older. But for those who want to lose weight, gain weight, whatever you want to do, whatever your goals are, information is key going into 2022. That is the energy I'm picking up. It's almost like, I don't know if you've seen the movie The Next Karate Kid. It was with the female Karate Kid. I think it was Hilary Swank is her name, the actress, and Mr. Miyagi, because she had these goals in this ambition. And Mr. Miyagi said to her, he said, ambition without knowledge is like a boat on dry land. I was like, that makes sense. So yeah, you have all these goals for 2022. Like you're ready to go in. You're ready to hit the ground running this weekend to do your thing for 2022. And you have all this ambition, but you don't have any knowledge. So if you don't have any knowledge, how can you accomplish your goal or goals? You have to get the knowledge is what you have to do. So throwing that out there. Let's go ahead and get into this reading because I am on a limited time here and I need to get going. All right. May I have the energy for the collective for New Year's weekend? May I have the energy for the collective for New Year's weekend? May I have the energy for the collective for New Year's weekend? When I split the deck, it was saying ritual astrology. So some of you might need to check your chart too. You'd be surprised. Some people don't know this, but signs rule body parts too. Maybe there's an issue with a body part as well. Also, some of you will receive information about some type of healing, or either you will receive information about you needing to balance out something to start healing a certain part of your body in doing that. So don't be surprised about that. But you may want to look into your astrology because certain signs can be prone to certain things as well. Just like I'm a Cancer. For my longtime listeners, you already know this. For new listeners, you may not. But I'm a Cancer. Cancer rules the breast and the stomach as well. So sometimes we can have stomach issues. Scorpio rules the genitals. Libra rules the skin, the lower back, and I want to say the kidneys, if I'm not mistaken. And so on and so forth. So all the signs rule certain parts of the body. So if you're wondering, like, let's say there's a body part that you've sort of had an issue with that's been on and off, and you're like, why do I keep having this issue, or what's going on? You may want to check your astrological chart and do that and see, what body parts are related to your sign. Because sometimes that might give you some answers about things too, as well. Just throwing it out there. All right. For the oracle cards, may I have a few cards, please? May I have a few cards for the collective? Thank you. That jumped out. The gift of gratitude, heart chakra. The gift of gratitude, heart chakra. So that came out. So you need to be thankful for what you have. I'll read some of what it says in a minute. I want to take out some more cards first. May I have some more cards, please? So remember to be thankful for what you have. Be grateful. Remember, don't forget 3G frequency is what I tell people. Grateful, gracious, graceful. Grateful, gracious, graceful. Thank you. The gift of knowing, third eye chakra. This is information. This is going back to information. Some of you need to be thankful for the information that you receive. Some of you take information for granted. Yes, most of the world has access to the internet, but not everyone has access to the internet. And third eye chakra is deeper than just looking up something on the internet. Third eye chakra obviously is seeing things that can't be seen in the 3D. But something is telling me to tell you that for some of you, when you receive information, it's almost as if you take it for granted. For some of you, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. And even if it's the little things, like, I'll give you an example. Bananas have potassium in them. That's something that dawned on me a few days ago, because my grandmother, my granny, she was a dietitian. And she would always say, like, eat a banana, eat a banana, eat a banana. Anytime I was over at her house, she's like, eat a banana, it has potassium in it. Because potassium is a big deal. So, yeah, obviously you don't want to do too much potassium because it can mess with your kidneys. But you do need potassium. So, yeah. But let's say that you didn't know that. And someone told you, maybe you want to eat a banana. Bananas have potassium in them. And you just take that information for granted because the person who may have given it to you was a friend. Or what have you. The information that comes to you, even though you didn't have to pay anything for the information, you should still be grateful for the information, because there are people out here on this planet who don't have the information, who don't know things. If you are intuitive, you need to be thankful for your intuition. If your third eye is open where you can see things that others cannot see, you need to be grateful for that, because it is a gift. Information is a gift. And you need to be grateful for the gifts that you receive, because not everyone receives those gifts. Not everyone receives information, even though information is freely available. Seek and ye shall find. Knock and the door shall be open. But at the same time, not everyone has the same information you have. You would be surprised sometimes, especially people who are very knowledgeable about things, where others are not. Where you say something and they're like, oh, I didn't know that. Be thankful that you were blessed with the information or with the resources to gather the information. Because people don't always have the resources to get the information. Or they have the resources, but they have to work harder to get the information versus someone else who has more resources than they have. Be thankful, nonetheless. Gratitude, and also the gift of knowing. May I have another card, please? Thank you. Soul lesson, nobility, aura chakra. Soul lesson, nobility. Okay. So let's go ahead. I will read these. I'll start with the gift of gratitude right quick. Right. And I'm pulling this, I'm going through my book. Which, heart chakra, where's my heart chakra at? Crown chakra. That's the root chakra. Bear with me for my listeners. The people who are watching the video can see me going through the book. Sacral chakra. Solar plexus chakra. Here we go, heart chakra. All right, so the gift of gratitude. All right. Firstly, thank you for being you. Be grateful for your whole journey. Appreciate your growth and all the beautiful things you have done. Understand you are truly invaluable, even during your downs. Having gratitude is the highest way to live. It puts you in touch with the preciousness of life. Gratitude will bring prosperity and will guide you to live your creative destiny and encourage you to leave on a legacy of love. I don't know why I was saying legendary. Maybe some of you are going to become legends. I wanted to say legendary for some reason. On a legacy of love. Committing to continuous gratitude is an effective tool to keep your heart open and to create new patterns, which will lead to beautiful new perceptions and experiences. Practicing daily gratitude will open your heart and transform your life into increasingly positive experiences. Hold consistent and gentle appreciation for what you already have and have faith that everything always holds a blessing and an opportunity. So yeah. And one of the suggestions is a suggesting practice. Keep a gratitude journal and write in it often. So if you're grateful, you may want to keep a little journal. And if you're grateful for something, just write in the little journal, I'm grateful for whatever, and do that. As in taking notice of it. So I want to throw that out there too. All right. Let's go ahead and go to the next one. Third eye chakra. Let's see, the gift of knowing. All right. Here, the gift of knowing. Where there is love, there is no question about what you should do next. The essence of your unique true self is love. You should never feel the desire to split your personality so that you fit into somebody else's idea of who you should be. Now is the time for you to focus on becoming completely integrated. All your talents merged into one expression of self-realization. Self-knowing enables you to continuously give to others through alignment to your unique rhythmic intelligence. Believing that it is appropriate to please others is a conditioned response with beginnings in childhood trauma. Attempting to please others is very difficult and doesn't serve anyone, least of all you. Drop any notion that this behavior might take you on a magic carpet ride away from conflict. It takes you towards inner and therefore also outer conflict. Knowing is not a quest to read people's minds or to seek to know what others are up to, activities that needn't concern you. To know is to be mentally futuristic, to be able to weather the trials of life. Read the situations you face and act in a way that is self-protective, empowered, and kind. As your perspective starts to widen, victimhood disappears and an interest in imaginative solutions appears. All right. So that's kind of deep right there. And it says suggested practice. Write the answers to these questions just for the fun of getting to know yourself. What do I create? How does what I create benefit others? How can I describe my specialty? How do I plan for my success? How do I feel about money? Do I have any aversions to wealth? If I earned $1 million, how would I spend it? Interesting. Okay, I like this oracle deck. Okay, and then the next one, let me see, is nobility. Let me find, here we go. Found that, thank goodness. And this is the aura chakra, is what this is. It says nobility. This card comes to guide you, to command your field, clear your aura, and surround yourself with resounding love. When your aura is clear of subconscious garbage and filled with the highest virtues, you attract positivity charged energy. Your aura is your home. You live in it your whole life, and those who come close to you also share this space. Your aura provides protection against disease and negative environmental influences, while also projecting your intentions into the world. A powerful 8th chakra is noble, like gold, automatically deflecting and filtering negative influences and radiating magnetic vibrancy. Your aura can be kept clean and be enriching, comforting, nurturing, powerful, and inspiring. And those in your company will feel these positive energies coming from you. Our auras become weak if we behave in a diminished way, and we also become vulnerable to viruses and the negative and aggressive attitudes of others. Your opportunity when working with the aura is to ensure that you maintain a noble attitude, even when under extreme pressure. When you behave in a noble manner and radiate your best qualities, you will feel happy within yourself, and what you project will also benefit others. You have been stirred to raise awareness into your heart, and your inner truth is becoming hard to ignore. You know intuitively that you must align even more with your heart wisdom and truth so you can project this powerful, unified energy through your aura and into the world. In your heart, you know you came here with a unique purpose, a wonderful contribution to the co-creation of this golden era. The suggested practice is sing your heart's songs, sing loud and sing proud. Okay, so those are the oracle cards that have been pulled. All right, and if you hear the refrigerator in the background, it started up, and I need some water. So, give me a second. Okay. Now, let's go ahead and get to pulling some cards, and we're going to see what comes up. May I have the energy for the collective for New Year's weekend? May I have the energy for the collective for New Year's weekend? Energy for the collective for New Year's weekend. Some of you might be spending time in church. I'm saying that because when I split the deck, the Prime Minister came up. And really the Prime Minister in like Asian culture is more of an advisor, but I think more of the Hierophant, and I think a church. So, and I'm just going by the energy I'm picking up. Obviously, I'll read what the cards are when I pull them out of the deck. But yeah, something just said to me, some of you are going to be spending time in church, which isn't a bad idea. Some people do that. I know people where they would rather spend the New Year's in church and do that. So nothing wrong with that. At least you know there won't be any, foolishness going on. Something's telling me to take this card right here. I'm going to take that one. Okay. May I have some cards for the collective? Thank you. Wow. Interesting. May I have some more cards, please? Thank you. Those two almost seem like they wanted to come out. Why do I feel like someone may be missing you? Thank you. Oh, something just said something to me. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and say it right now. Someone may be missing you, and they're mad because they can't sit with you. You know how, the joke, you can't sit with us? Like people say that sometimes. Like you can't sit with us. Someone is seeing you doing well. Remember what I was talking about at the beginning about second chances and where you were sort of overlooked before, and now they're coming back again because they see how well you're doing, or they see something about you that it's like, wow, I can't believe I missed that. This person is amazing, whatever. And it's like you're at this amazing table and they can't sit with you. And they're sad about that. They're sad that they can't sit with you. May I have another card, please? Part of me feels like you waited, for those dealing with a relationship, you waited for this person to come back and they didn't, or either if they came back it was for a moment, then they left again, and then came back and left again. They were kind of flighty. And now that you finally just decided to move on, they want to come back. And because one, for some of you, they see you're doing well. For others of you, they just realize that they messed up. And they can't seem to sit with you. You're not letting them sit with you. You're going into 2022. It wouldn't surprise me. Something just said to me, you might be deleting their number or either blocking them going into the new year. If it was somebody who contacted you, and it could be a family member too. I honestly feel like this is a relationship where if they are trying to reach out, you may get so annoyed that you just block their number and you block them on social media. May I have another card? Thank you. Wow, 3 cards came out. Okay. Wow. No, 4 cards came out. Okay. May I have another card, please? We are already at 30 minutes. I can see this is going to be a long reading, but that's okay. I love my listeners. All of you have been good to me. So thank you for that. So you giving your time to me, I'm going to give my time to you. All right. What's at the bottom of the deck? Okay, let's see if I... Chang Kyung Gong. Chang Kyung Gong is at the bottom of the deck. I'm going to keep this. As a matter of fact, let me read that one first. Chang Kyung Gong. which hopefully anybody who speaks Korean, hopefully I'm pronouncing it correctly. All right. Palace building. Oh, that's Cheonggyeong. All right. Cheonggyeong Palace was constructed by King Sejong for his father, King Taejong, and was originally called Su Ganggong, meaning a long life in peace. Oh, I'm liking this. All right, what's the key words here? Keywords: turning point, opportunity to restore wealth and honor. Oh, I'm liking this. Can enjoy blessings and good wealth without much difficulty. Okay, see? Right here, I'm holding up this card. I knew something was up. I knew it was a positive card because of the sunset. I had a feeling this was a positive card because of the sunset, because of the sun. A lot of you are just starting a new a lot of you are rebuilding your future. And remember what I told you about second chances? Let me read this over again. On here, it says, turning point, opportunity to restore. Restore. That means a second chance. To restore. It says opportunity to restore wealth and honor. Can enjoy blessings and good wealth without much difficulty. Stable life under protection. Good time to retire if you plan on retiring. Activities may be limited. Not auspicious if long journeys or long distance business trips. So if you're thinking about doing a long journey or a long distance business trip, you may want to hold off on it, at least based on this. Okay? But this is saying you're going into 2022 this weekend with the energy. You're going to have a tailwind energy you're going to have the wind at your back is what you're going to have. And a lot of you are going into 2022 where it's like, okay, I may have lost some stuff in 2021, but you know what? Effective this weekend, we're starting now. A lot of you will already be starting. Maybe that's why some of you are going to be in church. I'm going back to the prime minister thing, what I said earlier with the prime minister. I honestly feel like some people are going to be in church, and some of you are going to be praying for a 2022. But if you go to my 2022 reading for the collective, one thing that I mentioned is that people will be, becoming closer to God, becoming closer to the divine. So keep that in mind too. All right. So let's start with this first card, Embroidery by Princess. Embroidery by Princess, which is number 10. So let me pull this up right quick. Embroidery by Princess. Keywords. Precarious. Hold on. Precocious. I had to look at that. Can proceed calmly. A young but dignified lady. The period of learning. Didn't I tell you information and learning is going to be key? Did I not mention that at the beginning? Did I not tell you that was the energy I was picking up? Learning and information will be key. Okay, let me get back to this. Precocious. Can proceed calmly. A young lady but dignified. The period of learning and practicing. Some things need to be given up to maintain the status. No ordinary life in living. A prestigious birth or family origin. Has the kind of character and skills that suit the birthright. I'm going back to this. Cheonggyeong. With restoring your wealth. This was saying that the son built this for the father. Is what happened. Is what that was. Or either the father built it for the son. Regardless, this is about family. Is what I'm picking up from this. But this is also about restoring wealth and prosperity. When I hear birthright, and when I read it, something is saying to me, Don't be afraid to claim your birthright. Don't be afraid to step into your greatness. Don't be afraid to step into your greatness. In order to step into your greatness, you have to claim your birthright. In order to claim your birthright, you have to acquire more information, is what you have to do. So keep that in mind. All right. Let me pull the other one. The other card that came out is Tormented in Anguish. Tormented in Anguish. And I'm about to read that one. Keywords. Others would not know the meaning of the sigh. In one place with those who have completely different lives. Others cannot relate to my fears and worries. Frustration cannot overcome the confined space. Agonize, but back to square one. Banal worries of life. No change in life in the big picture. Lonely. This is going back to what I was saying earlier. I honestly feel that someone is lonely. They're realizing your worth now. They are realizing your worth. This is giving me 5 of Cups energy, is what this is giving me. They didn't realize your worth. And now, because you've moved on, because that's the energy I'm picking up. Because you moved on, I honestly feel like this is a you can't sit with us type of situation. And it could be the other way around. Maybe there is a situation where you are being left out and someone's saying to you, you can't sit with us. Going back to being passed over. If you are being passed over, I feel that it will be temporary, is what I feel. The next card is Pleas to the King. Keywords, different positions from each other. Note that you have treacherous ones around you. A junior may revolt against his or her seniors. Will be meeting someone who brings you trouble. Be wary of those closest to you. What appears on the surface is not everything. Someone who will end up harming you is near you. So this is telling me, and this is telling you, be careful who you surround yourself with. And for the people who are already around you, I'm not telling you to be paranoid. I'm just telling you to be mindful. Just be mindful. Is what that is. Not everyone wants what's best for you. Also, something told me to tell you, don't tell everyone your ideas. 2. Some of you may have new ideas, and also something just said to me, don't tell everyone your goals. You may have ideas or goals for 2022. Don't tell anyone. If you're out celebrating this New Year's weekend with people, don't tell them, like, everyone's like, oh, I'm going to lose 50 pounds this year. Or I'm going to gain 25 pounds. Or, oh, I'm going to go to Tahiti. Or, oh, I'm going to buy a mansion. Or, oh, I'm going to start my business. Or, oh, I'm going to, learn how to do hair. Or whatever your goals or your dreams are. Something's telling me to tell you, if you're out celebrating with others, don't tell them what your goals and dreams are. If anything, just say my goal is to get through 2022 and leave it at that. You're going to have to be in High Priestess energy. High Priestess don't say much. High Priestess knows a lot but doesn't say much. High Priestess is pretty much mute. Be in High Priestess energy. Just be like, and some people might ask you, oh, what's your goals for 2022? My goal is just to get through 2022. And leave it at that. Because not everyone who says they're rooting for you is rooting for you. And in addition to that, something just told me to tell you this. Sometimes people find problems where there are no problems. And you may tell someone, well, my goal is to do this. And then the person that you tell it to starts coming up with every single reason on why you shouldn't do it or why you can't do it. You wouldn't have to listen to that if you didn't tell them. This is why gathering information is very important. It's crucial. Thank you. That was the word. I was looking for the word. Thank you for giving me that word, because I was like, there's another word that I wanted to say besides very important, but it was on the tip of my tongue. Crucial was the word. So thank you for that. But yeah, gathering information is crucial in 2022. Like, it is going to be crucial. You are going to have to gather information. One of the reasons that you will have to gather information is because you may be in a circle of people where they don't have the information, or the information they provide to you may come with strings, or it could be other things that could muddy up the water of what you're attempting to do, what you're attempting to accomplish. So you will more than likely have to do it on your own. Again, I'm not saying be paranoid. Don't be paranoid. Be mindful. That's what I'm saying. Be mindful. All right, number 49. Let me pull this out right quick, and I'll show you the card too for those who are watching. Okay, number 49. Royal meal tables. Royal meal tables. Keywords: unexpected gift, bonus. Oh, I like that. Implies luck or blessing flowing from top down. Will be empowered with many things by virtue of obedience. May win a small award or be honored. Will obtain a stable life by faithfully discharging your duties. Take advantage of the benefits of being around competent. Take advantage of the benefits of being around a competent person. Wow. Okay. Some of you may finally be recognized on your job. Some of you might be receiving a surprise bonus on your job. Some of you might be receiving a promotion on your job. Just saying. But remember, when I was saying you can't sit with us, I honestly feel this tormented in anguish, that this is an individual, as you are receiving your blessing, and you're saying, no, you can't sit with us, they're sad about it. They're feeling lonely. I told you, I feel this is 5 of Cups energy. Is what's going on. But we already have a second chance at restoring wealth in 2022. That's what this card is. And I have to look at it again. Chang Kyong Gong. Chang Kyong Gong. So this is a chance at restoring wealth. Anything that you lost in 2021 or 2020 or hell, 2019, this is the chance that you're restoring your wealth. Is here. There's going to be some type of recognition that you will receive for your work. You will receive some type of recognition. Royal meal table. All right? Okay, let me pull the other card. The other card is Royal Seal, and I'll hold it up in a second. I just want to find the page right quick. Okay, let me hold this up. Royal Seal is this card. Keywords: approval needed from a very high level organization. Work delayed due to formality. Takes time to get results. Communication is delayed. It's interesting with this weekend. Don't forget Mercury's going retrograde in January. Keep that in mind too. Mercury's going retrograde. This is still more for the energy of New Year's weekend, but there may be a delay in certain things you're waiting on. Also, something just said to me to say to you that for some of you, you may be waiting on information. One of the reasons that you're having to wait is because of the holidays. It's like people have checked out, even at my job. Like half of the people at my daytime job, my regular job, are gone. And if they're not gone, they're just like, dude, it's the holidays. So if things are taking a little bit longer right now where you're waiting on something, it's because of the holidays. And I know you're like, okay, I need the approval on this. So just keep that in mind. I'll finish reading this right quick. It says, communication is delayed. If you are in a position of waiting for others, you will remain passive. And on the contrary, if you are in a position to make a decision, you will no longer be able to just sit and wait. Formal procedure. So this is stuff going through the process. Some of you are going through the process. For some of you, you're ready to go and do it. If it's in your hands, you're ready to take the bull by the horns and do what you need to do. If it's not in your hands, you're going to have to wait a minute. It's the holidays. You're going to have to wait a minute. And in addition to that, in January, the middle, I think Mercury goes retrograde January the 19th, if I'm not mistaken. You can look it up. We all have the internet. Well, not all of us have the internet. But if you're watching me or listening to me, you have the internet. So, I want to say Mercury goes retrograde January the 19th. And also, don't forget, Venus is retrograde right now. So, just throwing that out there. The next card is Death of a King. Death of a King. Okay. So, let me take a look at that one. It says keywords. And I'll hold the card up while I'm reading it. Death of a King. Keywords. Sad, but one era passes and a new one arrives. Better not cling to the past. Returns to where it came from. The hour of destiny is approaching. Goodbye has a meaning. The end of all great things. The big event comes to an end in a grand finale. So certain relationships are coming to an end. Certain cycles are coming to an end. You have to say goodbye. You have to embrace the new. It's the end of an era. This particular card is telling me this is the dawning of a new era. You know what? Maybe I should have titled this that instead. I think I'm going to change the title. I had the title, You Don't Have to Get Ready If You Stay Ready. But I think I'm going to change the title to The Dawning of a New Era. I feel that fits better. The dawning of a new era. Where's my pen at? Do I have a pen around here? Man, that's pretty easy to remember. The dawning of a new era. Could I, middle note, universe, please don't let me forget that. I like that. The dawning of a new era. Okay, dawning of a new era. That's what it is. This is the dawning of a new era. Is what's going on. All right, let me go ahead and we have 3 more cards to go for this deck. And then I'll take out some clarifiers too and we'll wrap this up. The other one is Undercover Royal Inspector. Undercover Royal Inspector. Let's see what we have. Undercover Royal Inspector. I like this deck. And just out of curiosity, I came across the Prime Minister. It says peak time, keywords for Prime Minister, peak time to enjoy everything. Excellent luck, but be careful not to be so conceited. Bright future down the road. Something will happen to make others respect you. Opportunity to brag and flaunt your status. Luck awaits to bring wealth and honor or equivalent. This is the second card. Remember when I did the split at the beginning of this and I split with the Prime Minister? And I'm reading that now just out of curiosity because the page came up. This is talking about luck and recognition. Did I not mention earlier with the Royal Meal tables about recognition? There's going to be some type of recognition for you, but I'm going back to second chances where someone is recognizing you now that may not have recognized you before. And then also for others of you, someone may want a relationship with you where they didn't want a relationship with you before. So, yeah, that is crazy. All right, now let me get to Undercover Royal Inspector right quick. Let me hold this up. Okay, Undercover Royal Inspector. It says work, being done without being revealed. Did I not tell you to not tell anyone what you're doing? Didn't I just tell you that? Okay. Work, being done without being revealed, are such a person, spy, espionage, no ordinary person who can be judged by his appearance. Result may seem delayed, but when it happens, it will happen faster than lightning. Brazen person who is socially inferior than you. Journey that requires you to complete your mission. Trustworthy person. Some of you are going to have to be covert. And some of you are already being covert. I'm picking it up. You're not telling people what you're doing in 2022. You're keeping it to yourself. And I'm not mad at you for that. You're undercover. You going undercover. Your energy is switching this weekend. You're going undercover. You're like, I'm not telling anyone anything. You're like, the only reason I'm thinking about this because I was watching this show where the people were sneaking in the weapons and then they had to wear the disguise. You wearing the disguise. You're not even. Some of you probably changing your appearance for 2022. If you had long hair, you might have short hair in 2022. What's that singer or that person who cut off all her hair? What is her name? Oh my goodness, there was a singer who shaved off all her hair. Or either she's a rapper or something. She shaved off all of her hair. I honestly feel like some of you, if you had long hair in 2021, you're going to have short hair. And you're not doing it some of you may not be doing it just because you want something different. Some of you may be doing it because you don't want people to recognize you when they see you. Some of you might be buying new outfits that you normally wouldn't be seen in just so people don't recognize you when you're out. Some of you are going straight covert in 2022. You don't want people to know what you're doing, and I'm not mad at you for that. Do you? I am not mad. Okay. And then this card, Moon Jar 1. Let me take a look at this. Okay, Moon Jar 1. Keywords. Must focus on the basics of worldly matters. Pointless to skip a step. Such would likely lead to going around in circles. Good to follow traditions. Unexpected guests or offers. Such offers are not bad. Good enough, acceptable conditions. So you may have some unexpected guests. Somebody might try to drop in on you for New Year's. For the New Year's weekend. Just saying, you may have an unexpected guest. Throwing it out there. But also, in addition to that, for those who are pursuing goals and you're starting your goals this weekend, because some people will start this weekend, where they're like, I'm not going to wait. I'm starting New Year's weekend. Whatever goals and dreams I have, I'm starting them this weekend. As you are acquiring information, as you are beginning your journey, as you are beginning the dawn of a new era, you need to make sure you pay attention to the details. I know they say the devil is in the details. Make sure you pay attention to the details. Do your best not to skip a step. I know it may, and there are situations where you can work smarter and not harder. There are situations like that. However, there are other situations where you have to work hard. Steps cannot be skipped. You have to do everything by the book, line by line by line. As tedious as it may be, as nerve-wracking as it may be, you have to go line by line by line. You have to make sure all the T's are crossed and all the I's are dotted, sadly. Because if a T is not crossed or if an I is not dotted, then it may set you back on what your goal is. So keep that in mind as you are pursuing your goals, as you're stepping into this dawn of a new era, is what you're doing. And the final card here from this deck is Archery by Crown Prince. Let me take a look. Archery by Crown Prince. Okay. Archery by Crown Prince. Keywords: small ambition, secretly planning for the future. I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going, okay, I'm going to read. Secretly planning for the future, but it is too soon to let the plan be known. Have to endure this time on your own, placed in a situation that you cannot tell others. Not much help from those around you. Not in a great danger, but isolation. Cannot enjoy the good position you are in. Did I not tell? When I tell you this deck, everything came together. Did I not tell you that some of you are keeping it to yourselves and that some of you need to keep it to yourselves due to who is around you? This goes back to Pleased to the King, and also to Royal Meal Table Recognition, also to Undercover Royal Inspector. As you are working on your things, as you're working on your plans for 2022, and you may be planning things out this weekend. Some of you might be doing, something just said to me, some of you might be doing a business plan this weekend. Like you're doing an actual business plan to start a business. As in you're determining, okay, do I need to have an LLC? Do I need to have an Inc.? What type of taxes do I need to pay? How much is my health insurance going to cost? How much will this be? Do I plan on hiring 1 or 2 employees? Will I just hire contractors? Will I need real estate space? What will I need to put together for a business loan? So on and so forth. Some of you may be doing that. As you're doing that, only tell who you need to tell. Going back to being surrounded by people or someone who is a false person, where you're letting know, and it goes back to this idea. Something keeps saying to me, don't tell everyone your ideas. Don't tell everyone. Keep them to yourself. Don't say, oh, well, I'm about to open the first type of hair salon that does this, and that. Don't tell anyone. Don't tell anyone. Keep it to yourself. Even if you feel it's someone that's a friend, work in silence. And this card is confirming it. Here, archery by Crown Prince. Where you have this ambition, you have these things you want to do, but you can't tell anyone. You don't have the luxury. You're kind of isolated. Now, going back to tormented and anguished, this could be related to that as well, where you're realizing in order for you to step into your greatness, it's going to be a lonely road for a little while. And you can't surround yourself with too many people because of the position that you are in now. So that's it too. But regardless, this energy, there's a tailwind with this energy, just as there was a tailwind with the Christmas weekend reading. I feel there's a tailwind where the wind's going to be at your back going into the new year. Like there's this transition happening. And some people will notice your transition. They're going to notice it. Some people have already noticed it. They already see that, oh, it's the dawn of a new era. It's the dawn of a new era. And they want to latch on to what you're building. But you're saying, no, you can't sit at my table. This is a royal table. This meal is for royalty or people who the emperor says who have received, what's the word I'm looking for? Universe, I need a word. Who has received, no, that's not the word. I need another word. May I have another word, please? Grace. That's it. Thank you. Who has received grace by the emperor. Only those who have received grace by the emperor can sit at the royal table. If you're not royalty, you have to receive grace by the emperor. The emperor has to say, you can sit with us. If not, you need to sit over there. And as you're going into this dawning of a new era and in this new position, you can't grant grace to everyone. You can't have everyone in your circle. Because some people, one thing I learned, I actually found this out during a tarot reading from, I forgot what reader it was. She said, what's the difference between a king and an emperor? And in the tarot deck, which I'm holding in my hands right now, the regular tarot deck, which I'm about to use as I close this out, you have kings and you have queens, but you have the emperor, who's the father of the tarot deck, and the empress, who's the mother of the tarot deck. And she said, what is the difference between a king and an emperor? A king is usually hereditary, meaning that it has to be by blood. Whoever is becoming king, they're becoming king because their father was king, or their uncle was king, or their cousin was king. And because they're keeping it all in the bloodline. With the emperor, it can be like that. And with some emperors, obviously throughout history, they have attempted to keep it in the bloodline. But with the emperor, it doesn't have to be like that. With the emperor, anyone can take power and rise up and take over and rule the empire. When you surround yourself with people, someone might want to take over your empire. And again, I'm not telling you to be paranoid. I don't want you to be schizophrenic. What I'm saying is be mindful. If your spidey sense is going off, and we all have spidey senses called intuition and discernment. We're all born with it. Some levels are stronger than others. But because we all come from the light, we're automatically given the power of intuition, because light is intuition itself. It's discernment itself. So we automatically have it. If your spidey sense is going off about someone, be careful what you tell them. Okay? Be careful what you tell them. All right, let me go ahead and take some cards. May I have some clarification cards for the collective for New Year's weekend? The energy of New Year's weekend. Queen of Pentacles. You're about your money. I split the deck. Queen of Pentacles came out. Some of you are about your money. Also, some of you could be Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn, or dealing with the Virgo, a Taurus, or a Capricorn. Some of you might be seeing a change very soon during Capricorn season. We're in Capricorn season right now. Even though we're in December, which is Sagittarius month, December is still Capricorn. It's still the last part of December is when Capricorn season starts. Your change may have started or may be starting in Capricorn season. So keep that in mind too. What's at the bottom of the deck? Wow. The Empress. You can't make this stuff up. You got the Queen of Pentacles and then the Empress. This is about abundance and wealth. And don't forget, this deals with Venus too, which Venus is in retrograde right now. However, some of you have a ton of ideas. Something keeps telling me to tell you, don't tell anyone your ideas. Everything is going to be on a need-to-know basis. When you're out celebrating, if you're in the company of others, don't tell other people what you're doing. Don't tell other people your plans. Because they might want to become the Empress. There might be envy. There might be jealousy. One thing I notice is that people can be happy for you sometimes until you start doing better than them. And I'm not saying everyone is like that. However, I'm saying there are people like that. Where it's all good when let me put it like this. The Queen was out just a moment ago. The Empress outranks the Queen. It's all good when you're the Queen. But when you become the Empress, it's like, wait a second. Because there's other queens in the deck of tarot. There's the Queen of Cups, the Queen of Pentacles, the Queen of Swords, and the Queen of Wands. There's 4 queens in the deck. There's only one Empress. The Empress is the queen of all queens. She is the mother of the tarot. And again, it doesn't matter if you're male or female. There is no gender in tarot. So it's good when you're a queen or in Queen of Pentacles energy. But when you boss up even more, because the Empress is even more abundant than the Queen of Pentacles. But when you boss up to Empress status, the other queens around you, they might feel some type of way. Don't tell everyone what you're doing. May I have some cards for the energy, please? Some clarification cards for messages the collective needs to hear. Thank you. Yeah. 7 of Wands and Hangman. This is Pisces energy and fire energy. Wands energy is fire energy. Sagittarius, Leo, Aries. But 7 of Wands is you have the high ground. You're standing on what you believe. You're no longer stuck. Also with the Hangman energy, Hangman can be about sacrifice. You're no longer sacrificing for people. I talked about that during my last reading, the Christmas reading. Because of your sacrifice, you're being upgraded. Well, guess what? You're no longer sacrificing for people. And you have the high ground because you sacrificed enough. It's the dawn of a new era, is what's going on. And at the bottom of the deck, 9 of Pentacles. You're standing tall by yourself. Is there anything else the collective needs to know? I'm taking these 2. I'm putting these back. 5 cards fell down on their face and something told me to take these 2. I don't know what they are. Hot damn. It's just, When I tell you the energy don't play games, these are the two exact cards that came out earlier last time in the last reading. That's why energy the spirit told me to take these two cards. I didn't know what these two cards were. Something just said out of the 5 that fell flat down on their face, something told me to go in between them and take these two, and I didn't know what they were. These are the two cards that came out during the last reading. The one that I had to cut short and delete. There's a second chance coming in. This is judgment. There's a second chance coming in. In addition to that, some of you may have been juggling. You won't be juggling anymore. That's going to be happening. There's going to be a choice made. For others of you, going back to someone who is just recognizing your worth, they were juggling between you and someone else. They're not juggling you anymore. They're coming to you to say, okay, I'm choosing you. But again, I feel like you're in that energy of you can't sit with us. What's at the bottom of the deck is 4 of Wands, celebration. That's celebration. So, and this is fire energy, Sagittarius, Leo, Aries. You could be a Sagittarius, a Leo, or an Aries, or some of you could be dealing with a Sagittarius, a Leo, or an Aries. But this is 4 of Wands. This is celebration. This is also an upgrade. This is the card that came out, if I'm not mistaken, during the Christmas weekend reading as well. Celebration. This is an upgrade, is what this is. This is another confirmation that you are being upgraded. You are going from royalty to emperor or empress status, is what you're doing. Is what's going on. However, caveat, information is going to be crucial with all of this. Information is going to be crucial. You have to seek out more information. You have to be open to new information. And also, you can't tell everyone what's going on as much as you would want to. It might get lonely at times. It really, really might. It may get lonely for some of you. For others of you, people around you may feel lonely because you had to shut them out because you can't grant them grace. And it may be a temporary thing. It may be a thing of where, you know what? I have to go on this journey right quick, handle my business. As soon as the empire is situated and settled and I got a lock on the empire, then I can grant you grace and you can sit with us. It may be one of those type of situations. Because for some of this, I feel like it may not be intentional in the sense of where we only have so much bandwidth. As humans, we only have so much bandwidth that we can give to people. And because your responsibilities have changed, or because your responsibilities are changing due to the dawning of a new era, the bandwidth that you had to give to others is not as much there as it was. You have to focus on building your empire. You have to focus on you. You have to focus on self-love. And do that. And once everything is stable in your empire, then you're able to give to others. And do that. Then there can be a celebration with others. Those who you want to grant grace to. You don't have to grant grace to anyone. If some people passed you over before, you don't have to grant grace to them. You don't have to do it. You can. I mean, the emperor and the empress can do what they want to do. But you don't have to. But yeah, it's the dawning of a new era is what this weekend is. This weekend energy. And going back to the dawning of a new era, don't forget what I read on this card, which again, Chang Kyung Gong for this card is the opportunity to restore. So if something was lost, this card is saying that you have the opportunity to restore it. It's a new era. Also on the death of king, that's the end of an era. So that means that maybe the old ways of doing something, you don't do things in the old way anymore. Because now it's time for a new era. All right? As I always say, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. kirwkc.com, main podcasting platform. This podcast is carried on Apple, Spotify, Google, iHeartRadio, Pandora, Overcast, Bullhorn, Amazon Music, Audible, and several other podcasting platforms. Please feel free to listen to this podcast on whatever platform is most convenient for you. KIRWKC on all the social media platforms. Until next time, be blessed.